Rockstar Gang, what up, what up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on new content. Appreciate everyone in here already. Panthers World, AJ Brooks, Kevin, Marcos Cash, what's up? What's up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. So got a lot of topics to talk about today. We're going to talk about, did the Panthers have a sneaky good offseason? Today marks a new era in Carolina. Jadavion Sanders, tight end out of Texas, is visiting a pre-draft visit. There are true NFL draft targets that emerged for Carolina Panthers at that number 33. And I honestly, even though that those two rumors are out, that we possibly, I mean, the rumor is out there that we possibly could, go after, we could double down on wide receiver, whatever the case may be. We're going to talk about that, but we might as well just go ahead and say Xavier Legette's going to be the pick at number 33. Can we all agree with that at this point? I mean, can we all go ahead and just agree with that at this point? Because I just feel like that's where it's at. I just feel like that is where we're at with everything. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. So, Kyrito, what's up? What's up? So, if we look at all the free agency transactions, right? So, if we go and look at, let's go to, is it raining? Is it raining? Because when it rains, it pours. I can tell you that. Looks like it's starting to. All right, I'm going to pull up Spot Track. One of my favorite handy dandy tools on here. All right, let's go based off transactions or this team's transactions. Can we go based off this team's transactions? All right. So just looking at this list, I'm going to share my screen. Did the Panthers have a sneaky good offseason? What do y'all think? All right. What do you think about that? Like, looking at this list, did the Panthers have a sneaky good offseason? I mean, again, I would say pass catching option doesn't mean a wide receiver. I could also mean a tight end. What's up with the running back we got from the Eagles last year? He did nothing all year. We're stuck with him, Miles Sanders. Yeah, we're stuck with him, Kevin. With that contract, we're stuck with him. We are stuck with him. I know, Rock. It is a shame as a Gamecock fan. I have to, unfortunately, depend on women's basketball to win a national championship. I mean, the men's baseball team did go back-to-back national titles in baseball. I think that was, what was that, 2010, 2011, or 09, 010, 2010, whatever it was. It was like back-to-back baseball. But other than that, I mean, what else do I get to look forward to? The basketball team did improve. The men's did. I will say that. So here is my thoughts on the offseason transactions. I think y'all can see it better like this. So we'll do that. We'll put it in that view. So the offseason moves that we made, I feel like somewhat flown under the radar a little bit. I really do. I think that there's a signal and there's a clear shift in everything and strategy or direction for this franchise. Disastrous 2023 season. though, we will say, but it's marked by inconsistencies, instability, list goes on of things, right? You've heard me talk about it before multiple times on the channel, okay? But but now you got a new head coach, you got a new GM, even though technically he's not a new guy, right? He's technically not a new guy. He is a guy that's been here, but it's also a guy that was with the old regime, but still, it doesn't matter, okay? We're reshaping the team. We're setting on a new course. Now, one key focus on this offseason appears to be bolstering up the offensive line, right? Supported Bryce Young, went out, got guys like Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis. So these signings, definitely the signings that I think they got him on here. Yeah. They should at least. Let's see, view more transactions. Anything else? Okay, they're all the way down here. All those other transactions. Okay. But again, so you're looking at these list of transactions, right? All right. And these signings, though, the two down here, though, again, Damian Lewis, Robert Hunt, addressing a pressing matter, of course, of improving the pass protection and run blocking. Okay, both of those guys can do both. Now, Canales' emphasis is going to be, he has said and come out that he wants a strong run game. Okay, and that aligns with those guys. Okay, so but it also gives Bryce the support he needs to succeed. Now, then you get the addition of Deontay Johnson, adds another dimension to the offense, right? Providing Young with a reliable target. You can quickly create separation, which means Bryce can get the ball out of his hands quicker. Now, with Canales' presence there now, and his preference is for quick releases, right? That's why I said he's going to get the ball out quick. That's what he prefers. He prefers you to get the ball out quick, which fits well with Johnson's ability to win in short to intermediate routes and potentially streamline that passing tag. Now, the defensive side, you've got signings like O'Shawn Robinson, and then, for example, another guy, Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, both demonstrated those moves demonstrate a commitment to shoring up that run defense. Okay, an area of weakness in the previous season. So these acquisitions alone, coupled with the extension of Derek Brown, suggest a strategic effort to strengthen that interior of the defensive line and improve against the run. Now, these moves do not guarantee immediate success, nor do I believe it does now. I don't think this team is ready to win now. Again, I'm sticking with my ceiling of 6 wins, my floor 3. Simple as easy as that. This does represent, though, a significant step forward. All right, whether y'all agree with that or not, that's up to you to decide. But I think by addressing the key areas of weakness and implementing a clear vision for this team's identity, Carolina has positioned itself to compete more effectively in this upcoming season. All right. So I thought they had a pretty good offseason, and I hope y'all guys thought so as well. What pick do you think we would potentially grab Sanders? The real Jalen, the only way I think that Carolina gets Jadeveon Sanders is unless they take him at 39. I don't see him falling out of the second round. So they would have to get him at 39. Now, unless they trade back and let's say they trade the 33rd pick or they trade the 39th pick, they might be able to go get him. It depends. But I don't see them getting him unless it's basically, I would say basically from 33 to 50, you have a chance of getting him, but after 50, you're not getting him. But also another thing is it's exciting this is also with these transactions and everything, guys. It's an exciting time for the Panthers right now, I would say, because we're basically in a new era. And I was talking about this in my short yesterday. It's a new era, yes, when I was talking about the Derek Brown extension on my short, that's what I was basically saying. It's a new era under a new regime in the front office that basically I said that was committed to finally signing their key players. And they finally are. Now, there is a new era here because I feel that this aura around our new head coach, Dave Canales. And the reason why I say that is, for example, just this video, let alone. I feel like just with this video, let alone, gives me some, you know, very good, very obviously very positive vibes. Okay, very positive vibes. Um, and every time I hear the man speak to it, of course, he just gets me fired up even more. So let me see if I can find it. So I'm sure y'all have seen this video. All right, I'm sure everyone has seen this video. And it's Dave Canales, obviously letting everybody know what's up. Basically, in this video, let alone just tells me a lot about the guy. Okay. Um, and again, I think it's an exciting time for the Panthers as they embark on this in this new era for sure. Okay. Under him as a coaching staff with a mix of new coaches, you got players as well. There's a sense of anticipation and hope, obviously hope for the future that holds for the team. The coaching staff led by Dave Canales, obviously you can see here, brings a wealth of experience, expertise to the table. Coordinators, assistants focus on different aspects of the game. Their collective goal is to instill their systems, develop players, ultimately lead the Panthers to success on the field. So in the terms of player acquisitions, I feel like the Panthers have made significant moves to bolster both their offense and defense, whether you believe that or not. Now, on offense, additions like obviously the Robert Hunt, the wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. I think Josh Nischman also providing some depth there at left tackle. Talent key acquisitions, right? I think these players will be crucial in the development of Bryce Young, which enhances this team's offense capabilities. Defensively, the addition of Kavlon Chasen, who's got, I think, got a lot of upside, high potential, low risk, high reward type of guy. Jordan Fuller was one of my favorite options this past season. And I just think that getting Jackson, adding depth to that for sure. And others, it strengthened this Panthers defensive unit more than what people think. It brought balance. And these players bring skill, versatility, and experience to the team, which will be vital, I think, for improving this defense and competing at a high level in the NFL. That's what we want. We want to be competing again. And overall, with a fresh coaching staff, new players in key positions, I think the Panthers have laid the groundwork for a promising future. Now, as they kick off the offseason program, the team will focus on building chemistry. All right, that's what this is about. They're refining their system, preparing them for the upcoming season. That's what they're going to be doing. That's what they're doing right now. Tommy Trimble over here looking like jacked. Obviously, it's good to see these guys, together in here. JC, Thielen, Amir Smith. Who else is there? Chuba. So it's good to see these guys starting to get the work in already. I love it. Deontay Johnson already dapping up, trying to make a connection with Bryce. Robert Hunt in the house. Canals dapping up Derek Brown. I love seeing this shit, man. It gets me fired up. It makes me want to run through a fucking wall. I don't know about you guys. Makes me want to run through a wall. What's up, Matt Chatter? But again, as much as I'm fired up, as much as I love seeing this kind of stuff, man. Like, for example, what I was showing right here, like this stuff, like seeing this stuff Just them seeing this, connecting already, the workouts already, already coming. They're already beginning. Which is great to see. Tommy Trimble getting the work in already. Look at him getting all swole. Look at his triceps. All right, he's trying to get that horseshoe right there. Trying to build it out just like that right there. You want to get that horseshoe. His are nicer than mine, I'll be honest. But just seeing these guys already getting in the work, man. Especially this guy who needs, I think, as much building as possible. There's Damian Lewis. I can't tell who that is. Is that Dane? No, that might not be Dane. That might be. Looks like Xavier Worthy. DJ Wanham already getting in some work. Good to see that. And then there's Derek Brown, his son. I love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. I want that shirt so bad. But again, man, it's just a new era. They're getting the weights in. The off season's already starting. So, just love to see it. You love to see those kinds of things. So a new era is upon us. A lot of positive vibes, a lot to be optimistic about, but we also need to temper our expectations. Let's be honest. We can be optimistic, we can be pumped up about things, but let's not overdo it. All right. We want to keep it to a minimum, right? We want to keep it to a minimum. And it's hard I know it's hard for us to temper our expectations because we want we want this kind of stuff. We want to see this kinds of stuff. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. This is what I want to share instead as it loads up. Jadon Sanders, I think seems like an intriguing prospect for sure for the Carolina Panthers, especially considering their interest in adding depth at the tight end position. I love this. His ability to contribute the pass game is an understatement. He could provide a valuable asset for young quarterback Bryce Young. I've heard a lot of people comparing him to David Njoku. There's been a lot of comparisons out there that say this guy is like a David Njoku, the tight end out of Cleveland. And I can see it. If you watch his tape, the guy's an absolute beast. Okay. The guy is an absolute beast. Now, again, when it comes to Jadavian Sanders, the biggest thing for me was his impressive production at Texas, especially playing alongside receivers like Xavier Worthy, Adonai Mitchell. That, to me, that speaks how much potential this kid has as a pass-catching tight end. Because his knack for making big plays, finding openings in coverage could make him a valuable target in Carolina's offensive scheme. And while Sanders may need to work on consistencies, there are some things that he needs to work on, as in the run blocking aspect of things, but his ability to create separation, make contested catches, that's an immediate upgrade for the Panthers in tight end position. Okay. Now, his potential is to become basically a dynamic playmaking tight end in the NFL. All right. And the NFL, the tight end position, I feel, has gotten more important than ever, right? I mean, if we look at teams now in the NFL, how many teams have really good who made the playoffs last year? How many teams that made the playoffs? How many of them have really good tight ends? Kansas City, Travis Kelce. Baltimore, Mark Andrews. Houston, Dalton Schultz. Cleveland, David Njoku. Steelers, Pat Freiermuth. All right. Who else am I missing on that list? Eagles, Dallas Goedert. Tampa Bay, they used Otten pretty well. He's got potential. He's still young. Who else is out there that I'm missing? San Fran, George Kittle, for example. So, I mean, the list goes on as teams who made the playoffs. I mean, you go look, they have a very good tight end, right? So, if the Panthers decide to draft this guy, it may require using one of their second round picks. I'm telling you right now, or they're going to potentially have to trade back to acquire him, which means they would have to trade, they would have to trade back, whether it's the 33 or the 39th pick, and they can still pick him up. But his potential to open up this offense in the passing game, he just provides a complete reliable option for Bryce Young, in my opinion. And that makes him a worthwhile of investment if Carolina does decide to go out and get him. But there is a list of good tight ends who we're going to go over today. The guys that I would like to see Carolina target, because I know tight end is still, Sam Laporta. Thank you. Get excited, yes. But keep it realistic. Absolutely. You're forgetting Sam Laporta. Yes, thank you. There's always one I forget. There's always one that I always forget. I know I do. There's always that one guy. It's always that one guy, right? So, guys, I also posted up some shorts today. I'll have one more coming out today. I have another short coming out. I've already posted up 2 today, so go check those out as well. Okay. Let's get into the next thing here I want to talk about. We're going to talk about 2 cats, man. We're going to talk about 2 cats that we need to talk about. Bring myself back to earth. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you get in the chat. Love to hear y'all's thoughts as we go throughout today's episode. Wherever you're watching, wherever you may be, come on over. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you pound the like button, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, come on over to the YouTube channel. That's the best way you can support me and my channel. All right, so let me pull up NFL Draft Buzz. So there's 2 guys in this wide receiver draft class that Carolina's already connected to, and it's mainly these 2 guys. Now, yes, they're having visits with Malachi Corley. They've had visits with Brendan Rice. They've had visits with a bunch of draft prospects. But the 2 names that continue to go throughout these rumors that Carolina's going with these guys, it's these 2 guys. So, first person we're going to talk about is Keon Coleman. And, it's Keon Coleman. Not really the first person I want to talk about. We're going to talk about 2 people, really. I mean, hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. So, there are 2 guys on this list right here. Okay. So, if we look at Xavier Legette, Xavier Legette is already tied into this. And we're going to talk more about him today, too. But according to ESPN, Jordan Reed has come out and said that with the 33rd and 39th pick, they have the opportunity to address the much needed wide receiver position early. And we all know that. He says that both Keon Coleman and Xavier Legette are perimeter receivers that are known for their ability to use their size to win contested catches. Now, while each prospect has their own strengths for sure and weaknesses, which everyone does, they both offer the Panthers, I think, the opportunity to add a dynamic playmaker to this offense. Now, Coleman, if we go back, let's go click on Coleman real quick. Now, Coleman, I would say is that he has this track record of collegial production. Now, while Legette is seen as having a higher ceiling. Now, the ultimately thing here is that the Panthers will need to decide between 2 prospects with their early second round pick. However, there is a face of competition for both Keon Coleman and Legette as other teams need wide receivers help and could also be interested in drafting him with the depth of talent in this wide receiver draft class. It's crazy to me. This might be the best wide receiver draft class I've ever seen. And the Panthers will need to act decisively to secure their preferred guy, right? But I've also heard that they could go with both of these guys. I've seen drafts where we went Legette at 33, Keon Coleman was there at 39, and they went with both cats. Now, again, do I think that the Carolina Panthers are going are going to double up in the draft at wide receiver? No. Do I think that we at least get one of these guys? Yes, but I think the main guy that they're going to get is Xavier Legette no matter what. I think Xavier Legette might as well go ahead, put his Carolina Panthers jersey on, and go ahead and start doing OTAs. I'm serious, because I think it's inevitable at this point, because he is so tied up. His name has so tied up with this organization. I mean, he's been nonstop talked about and connected with us. So I wouldn't be surprised at this point if he's drafted at 33. And why do the Panthers want him? Well, because he's athletic as shit. He possesses some major physical attributes at 6'1", 221. And he's got a remarkable 4.39 speed. I mean, he ran a 4.47 as a warm-up, it seemed like, on his first and at the combine, but then he ended up running a 4.39 speed. I mean, his on-field speed has demonstrated after time and time again, and has also been exceptional. I watched this guy all through college. Okay, first 3 years, was he I can't remember. What is it? 3? Was he a 4-year senior? I can't remember. I can't remember how many years he played with Carolina. I think he played. It might have been 3. It might have been 3. I keep forgetting. But it might have been 4. Okay. Wow. Okay. Never mind. It was longer than that. He was here 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. So he's had a long road. Let's be honest. He went from 80 yards one season, 113 another, 63 another, 167 another, and then just blew up in 2023. I mean, he just blew it out the water in 2023. The thing is that I really can't base him off of those other seasons. But the metrics, especially at the University of South Carolina, okay. But his metrics and his performance in his metrics is just unbelievable. I think his measurements and statistics are going to translate to the NFL, no matter if it's with us or whoever he's on. Okay. I think it's quite promising at this point. And despite him not being among the consensus of top 3 wide receiver prospects, his metrics mark and rankings with those guys very close. Very close. So that, to me, indicates that consistency and potential for success at the professional level. Now, there is a red flag. There's always a red flag. There's always a catch, right? There's always a catch with Xavier Legette. There's always a catch with any prospect, really, right? While Legette's breakout occurred late in his collegiate career. So, and I know that I said I wouldn't harp on this, but I kind of have to. Such as his experience in play, he played quarterback in high school. All right, and personal challenges that may have contributed to this. Now, despite the late breakout, his resilience and loyalty to the University of South Carolina demonstrated valuable traits to me. And I think that could benefit to anybody in the NFL or an NFL locker room. Now, player fit wise, I would say that his strengths align well with our offensive scheme that I think that I see envisioned by the Panthers and Dave Canales. I think his combination of strength and speed makes him a reliable target, especially for deep passes and contested catches. And I think it will complement the existing pass catchers we already have on this roster, like Thielen and Deontay Johnson. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, Xavier Legette comparison to DK Metcalf. Some evaluators have drawn comparisons to him and his skill set to DK Metcalf. Canales is familiar with that type of player and DK Metcalf with his time being there in Seattle. So that similar archetype, I think, suggests that his ability to design a role for Legette that maximizes his potential for success. So that's, I mean, I just think that at this point, the Carolina Panthers might as well go ahead and just draft this guy. Go ahead and just draft him. Go ahead and go get him. Because at this point, I think it's inevitable. I mean, if I show you some highlights, here's some highlights of his pro day.
Totally revamped the receiver room, and after 2 of the first 10 picks in no surprise, about 10 members of the front office, coaching, and scouting staffs were in Columbia today for Gamecocks Pro Day, and they had their eyes fixed on receiver Xavier Legette. The 6'3" Legette provides a big target. He was third-team All-American this year, and the Mullins, South Carolina native would not mind being picked up by the Panthers.
That'll be great, man. I'll be right down the road.
Yeah, I'll be there great, man. Right down the road. That's from Mullins, South Carolina, right there, Bo. Y'all don't know about no Mullins, South Carolina.
Coaches came and hollered at me before and after this process here, man.
I would have never thought, even though I know he's from Mullins, I would have never thought he was going to talk like that, just so y'all know. Randall Griffin, any reason why you don't think Legette will be there at 39? It's tough for me to say that he will be. It's tough for me to say that he will be, Randall. I don't think I ever said I don't think Legette will be there at 39. He still might be there at 39. He very well might be there at 39. But again, when it comes to Legette, I think it depends on how many teams really want this guy. I mean, the Panthers might not be the only team that want him. I mean, mock drafts are all hypotheticals, man. So at the end of the day, I've seen him come out at that between that 33rd and that 39th pick. I've seen him fall all the way back to where he's projected on like PFF, like 65. I've seen him go at 69. So again, I wouldn't say there's not a particular reason why I think Legette will be there at 39. I don't think I ever said that I don't believe Legette won't be there at 39. I don't think I ever said that. If I did, I did not mean to. I don't think I ever said that though. He could damn well be at there at 39, Randall. But I don't remember me ever saying that I don't think he would be there at 39. Unless you just heard me wrong. So, I do think he could be there at 39. But again, it all depends on how heavy somebody wants him. And here's a perfect example of his speed right here, folks. Here is a perfect example of his speed. So I watched this whole game right here. Hand size 9, arm length 31.85, height 6'1", 221. He benched 225 24 times. I mean, he got a 9 point. Basically, this is what they scored him based off this relative athletic score. But he got a 9.8 out of 10 almost. 40-yard dash, 20 yards splits okay. 10-yard splits all right. Broad jump, very good. Vertical, damn good. So athletic as shit, right? So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Carolina goes ahead and gets this guy. I really don't. Mike comes in and says, Mike Cornald says 49 people watching, only 25 likes. Come on, y'all, smash that like button. Yeah, there's 49 of you. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 49 likes already. The chat's already going off telling you what to do. Marcos Cash already told you what to do at the beginning, so make sure you smash that like button. That's the best way you can support the channel. And it only takes 2 seconds just to click that thumbs up, baby. That's all it takes. It only takes 2 seconds to click that thumbs up, and it doesn't cost you a thing. But Marcos Cash, y'all gotta stop thinking about these wide receivers as route runners. There are different types of wide receivers in the NFL. Okay, I will explain that to you. So, what are the different types of wide receivers? Okay, I want y'all to understand this. What are the different types of wide receivers? Okay. All right. So, when it comes to this, I'm going to read this all out loud. Okay. So, when it comes to this, there is a different types of wide receivers in the NFL. Everybody goes, well, XL route running is not very good. Okay. So, that's what Marcos Cash comes in and says right here. He's worried about the explosiveness at the line of scrimmage. Well, did I not just show you the play that he just had a major explosiveness off the line of scrimmage that caused him to go 22 miles per hour? Okay. So let me explain to you the different types of wide receivers. Okay. There's the eligible receivers that normally are the okay. You have the X receiver, which is your split end. You got the Y, which is your tight end, and you got your Z, that's your flanker. However, some teams use the letters such as X, left wide receiver, Y, tight end. Okay, you got your slot receiver. Therefore, is a typical wide receiver who lines up on the inside of another wide receiver, usually behind the LOS. Okay, commonly terminology generally indicates that the slot is the split inside. Okay, there's a different type of wide receiver though. Okay, the roles can be they can vary wildly by classic of arrangement for most NFL college typical type of wide receivers. So your X wide receiver, he's a tall, big, deep ball home run wide receiver. For example, those types of wide receivers normally are a Randy Moss or a Calvin Johnson. That's what type of wide receivers you are. Now, then you have your second best wide receiver, usually a versatile player, someone with a good football IQ that can move around the field, play multiple positions, while his player is also played as an X as well. Consider, if you want to, for a better example, Jerry Rice. So I would put Cooper Kupp in that category, right? He's more of like a Z wide receiver, or the other terms, a flanker. Okay. When it comes to Legette, he is that big, tall, big, deep ball home run type of wide receiver. Okay. Not everybody is going to be a technician. Okay. But he's explosive off the line. So I'll have to disagree with you there. Footwork, that's something we can work on. The explosiveness off the line, that's a different story. All right. I've seen it multiple times at the University of South Carolina. He's explosive on the line. Okay. All right. But poor footwork, there's definitely, we can talk about it. But there's different types of wide receivers. We've got the guys that can get open. For example, Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson. We got those guys. Okay. We've got the guys that can have the route running. You need a guy, though, that can complement the route running. You need the guy that can get to the high point of catching that ball, which is what he's best at. And he's got great hands. He's got great strength, and he can go up and get it. He's great at catching the ball in contact, too. It's going to complement what you need in this wide receiver room. He's going to have – so now that's the thing with him. For Bryce now is going to have a guy. He's already got two guys that can get open. We've seen it with Thielen last year. Now he's got Deontay Johnson. You need a guy that also can complement those guys and go up the field. Okay, you got to be able to spread the ball around somehow. So Xavier Legette, the only thing is I can agree with you on is the poor footwork, but the explosiveness at the line, the scrimmage, I have to totally disagree with that. Oh, AJ Brooks, he said the same thing. The high point ball catcher. Nice. Do you think the Panthers will have a good season? The real Jalen, I'm putting it 6 wins. Full ceiling. That's the ceiling. Floor 3. I'm excited. I'm happy because it's a new era, it's a new time, and we have a lot to be thankful for as fans, I think, and positive about. But I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to go out of our way and be absolutely, you know, we're winning the NFC South. No, not going out of my way saying that. And I don't believe that. I'm only going to tell you what I truly believe in, real Jalen. So it's a great picture of Bryce, by the way, brother. I like that. I might have to put on a t-shirt. Well, then okay. Yeah, y'all trust me. If Xavier Legette comes here, I'm for sure buying a jersey. I'm still trying to find a Derek Brown jersey right now, guys. I can't find a Derek Brown jersey anywhere. If anybody can find me a Derek Brown jersey that in a large, send it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord because I can't find one. I've been trying to find one since he extended. And I can't find it anywhere. I think they're like completely sold out when he got picked up. All right, let's go through some guys real quick. There's some other draft prospects we need to talk about. We're going to go through some draft prospects real quick. All right. There's some draft prospects I want to go over real quick here with you guys. All right, so we've talked about on here XL and Braylon Allen jerseys will be purchased. If that happens, hey, I feel you, AJ. I will be getting a XL jersey for sure. For sure. Guys, make sure you join the Discord. It's a great way to communicate with the community we're growing over here. And it's called the Pantherology community because before I changed this over to the Ropp Star Report, I was considered Pantherology. So if you've ever watched my channel before, you're probably like, this guy, didn't he have another channel? Well, yes, I did. I did have another channel. And it was considered Pantherology at the time, but I decided to change it because, well, just felt the need to change the world. Felt the need to change it. So there's the Discord link. If you guys want to join it, go ahead and join it. It's for free. You could this is the best way to hang out. And we always update the news. Like if there's something that comes out with Carolina, Zach, who's in the Discord, he's basically my main man in the Discord. Zach, shout out to you if you're listening. That guy is always on point and is always sending stuff my way, and I appreciate that. So, Austin, right? They probably did. I wouldn't care. The price doesn't matter to me, right? The price doesn't matter to me. The price doesn't matter to me, but damn, man, they already took off the Masters. Oh, I'm pretty hyped about the Masters. I don't know about y'all. That's just because I'm a golfer. All right. Well, we'll just put it on Pat McAfee, my guy. Would love to get my show like his one day. That would be lit. All right. So let's get into some offensive tackles. Now, I know that we don't talk Zach Rappaport. Exactly. Zach Rappaport's a good name for him, man. No, we got the Zach Rappaport. The Zach Rappaport. That's what he does. The Zach Rappaport. We got to get him a new nickname. I'll have to get him a shirt when I make some merch. I'm going to put it as I need him to give me a picture of his face, and I'm going to put it over like Ian Rappaport's face. We'll call it the Zach Rappaport shirt, which is lit. All right, let's get into this real quick. Let me pull up some guys here. So we're going to talk about some offensive tackles that I think the Carolina Panthers could target. Now, these are just prospects, and I know that after these guys, particularly in this draft, but they could. You know, we talked about it before because we all talked the possibility at the end of the season moving Icky to left tackle. But I still believe that they're going to try to bolster up this offensive line. And we know that from the center position for sure. But these are just several prospects that I think the Carolina Panthers could target in the offensive tackle positioning. Now, again, I could see them going after a right tackle because, and here's the reason why, because Taylor Moton is 30 years old, but soon to be 31. I know he's only got like 1 or 2 more years on his contract. So, again, I think he's got this year and next year, then he's out. So, basically 2 years left. So, I mean, you're going to have to replace him because once he turns 32, 33, I mean, he's done. Normally in that position, they're done, but who knows? We've seen guys in their 40s, like the guy in Seattle. So, all right, let's pull up these offensive tackles. Let's use NFL Draft Buzz like we were using earlier. We'll use that to oh God, not the 2022, 2024. All right, let's go with this. Let's start with this guy right here. Jordan Morgan. Talk about him real quick. Gonna give him a short introduction. See, Zach was listening the whole time, man. He was just waiting for his opportunity to come in here and say something. Look at him. Look at him. Zach Rappaport. We're gonna call him Zach Rappaport. Exactly, Marcos. He knew we were talking about his ass. What about Brady Christensen? These are just prospects, my friend. These are prospects, okay? These are guys that I think that the Carolina Panthers could target, okay? I think Jordan Morgan's a potential second or early round pick if they decide to go a tackle. Now, I don't think that they will, but these are prospects that I just want to throw out there. Morgan offers a lot when it comes to the left tackle position. He may be better suited for the guard due to his inconsistent hand issues. But despite this, his skills could benefit the Panthers. Another guy I want to talk about here real quick is Patrick Paul. Let's see if I can pull him up. Let's see if I can him ranked on this list. This guy's massive, man. 6'8", 331 pounds. That's like imagining LeBron James at 331 pounds. Okay. So with the ideal size, of course, and length per tackle, there's no problem there. Could be suitable in the second round or early third, I've seen. The problem with him is that he does struggle with run blocking, but his pass protection skills and athleticism makes him a promising prospect. Another guy I wanted to talk about in here is Mr. Blake Fisher. There he is. Coming out of Notre Dame, he brings a valuable experience, ideal physical attributes for a tackle. While he might be available in the early 4th round, his potential could make him a worthwhile investment for the Panthers. Another guy, I think I'm gonna have to go back and find him. Well, there's where's the I might have to go to the next page here. Find the guy I want to talk about. There he is. All right, Delmar Glaze, center. The guy is very versatile. He play left tackle, right tackle. This guy really can play anywhere. And I wouldn't be surprised if we picked him up because look where his hometown is. Yeah, he played in Maryland, but look where he's at. Look where he's from. He's from Charlotte. So his versatility with experience at both tackle and other spots, like I said, he's technically a center, but he has the versatility in the other positions. Could be a considerable prospect, more of a developmental prospect, I will say, but his athletic profile and versatility makes him intriguing to me. And especially you can get this guy normally in the later rounds. I think that you can find him in the 5th round, and I think that's where he's projected to go. Let's see where they got him. Okay, they got him projected. Okay, 6th round. So, all right, I thought maybe 5th, but that's all right. And last but not least, another guy that we could target too. Again, see if I can find him in here. He might be back this way. Maybe good page here. Nope. There he is, Matt Gonzalez. Okay, another senior prospect. Okay, he stands out to me because he's got polished skill set. Okay, very polished, very raw. He's experienced at both tackle positions, left and right. Although he may project better as a guard too, again, hand size is an issue with this guy as well, but very versatile. He's got a lot of potential, could make him a late round target for the Panthers. I think overall investing in our offensive line and getting prospects like this in the mid to late rounds wouldn't be a bad thing, okay? I'm just saying it could provide that valuable depth. That's all I'm saying. And it could be maybe one of these guys can end up being a potential long-term starter, right? And this is an exceptional deep class in the offensive tackle, guard, center position. There's a lot of opportunities here to find talent and contribute to your team. So, I'm just saying. We did an interview. We did an interview with Patrick Paul. We did do that. Thoughts on Tez Walker? If XL's gone by 39. It'd be worth grabbing. I like Tez Walker. So to your question there, I think is that cornbread or cornbread or what? I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name. Cornbread, maybe. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. So when it comes to Tez Walker, I will say this. I do like him a lot. I think that he's another big X wide receiver, kind of like XL. Is he as explosive and as fast? Yes. No. Is he as athletic? I would say yes. I think the athleticism is there for sure. He's got good. The thing is with Tez, I will say this is he is taller, but weighs less, so the size is a little bit different. But I would say Tez is more of a natural playmaker. He's dangerous in the catch and run situations. He can take it off the top. Now Walker he does track the ball well down the field. And consistently runs under long throws. He's just a fluid athlete. I think he can. The thing is with Tez, does he do anything great? Does he have something that just sticks out than the others? Like XL has his speed, right? And the size. No, he really doesn't. Okay. I would say that there is one thing that Tez Walker does have over XL, and that is being able to create separation and it has better footwork. I will say that. But when it comes to a straight line threat, he's good too. But the problem is that he shows hesitation when it comes to upfield burst. So that's where XL comes in, that I would say checks that box off more than him. And sometimes he has this nuance of like moving his head and eyes away from the ball and at the top of the routes. And he needs to develop a little bit more in the short area, quickness and agility, in my opinion. Now, again, there's a lot of other things that I think Tez Walker does well, like I said earlier. But I think it's going to take him more time to fully develop an NFL type route tree for him. But I don't think that he's a bad prospect. And if we got him, I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be like, oh, we got Tez Walker. Like, no, I wouldn't say that. But there's good again. Every wide receiver in this draft class has their strengths and weaknesses. You know, it's every prospect has their strengths. Every prospect has their weaknesses. What does this one do good at? But what does this one does this? But the thing is, when it comes to NFL draft prospects, is that draft prospect have one thing that can deter that he not does better, but just has that one thing that kind of separates himself from the others. And I think XL does do that with some of these other guys, with certain of these other guys. I think, it's just like Malachi Corley. I think he's the best, for sure, the best yards after the catch type of wide receiver in the draft. And it's shown. His game film shows it. That's why he's called the Yak King. And everybody says that about him, But the thing is, for XL, for example, he's very good at going to the high point catch of the ball, of the route. He's also very good at, of course, that burst of speed, explosive off the line, just get, physical, athletic, right? But it's the speed and the athleticism and the contested catches that just puts him, I think, ahead of others. Does being one on the waiver include undrafted free agents? I think it does, Marcos. If I'm not mistaken, I think that I'm pretty sure it does. So whoever's in the free agent market, we get dibs on those guys first. So undrafted free agents do count. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm 97% sure on that. I think it works the same way. All right, let's do there now. Here is another one. Here's another position I want to go over. So we already talked about Javonte Sanders, right? Talked about him. Another guy like a target, of course, is Cade Stover. Okay, another guy I think they could target is definitely Cade Stover. One of my sleeper picks in this draft class, especially for the tight end position. I think he brings consistency as a pass catcher. Has shown development over the last 2 seasons. His background as a linebacker may give him a physical edge, but also a mental edge too. And he may require more time to adjust to that tight end position, but I think he could be a project player, but a lot of upside. A lot of upside. Another guy that I do like, and I actually really haven't talked about enough, and that is Jared Wiley, the tight end out of TCU. This is another guy that I like. Okay. He is viewed as a receiving first tight end, okay, who could provide a big target for Bryce Young in the middle, over the middle field. I mean, the guy's 6'6", 250. Okay, yes, he needs to improve his pass protection and run blocking, I will say, but he has the potential that can make him an intriguing option for the Carolina Panthers. Okay, I haven't talked about Jared Wiley enough. I think people are sleeping on him a little bit, but be on the lookout for this guy, man. Be on the lookout for this guy. 6'6", 250. I've actually heard people compare him to Sam Laporta. I'm not kidding you. I've had a lot of rumors out there. I've seen a lot of people doing comparisons. I've heard Jared Wiley compares to Sam Laporta. Whether you agree with that or not, that's not me making the comparison. I'm just saying that's what I've heard. And last but not least, a favorite of mine, honestly, and that's Dallin. He's a late bloomer when it came to this position. He saw limited action at BYU, but then had a breakout season at Colorado State. His impressive, I think, also performance, particularly the 20-yard shuttle. If you go watch his 20-yard shuttle, that indicates how athletic that guy is. Okay, go watch his 20-yard shuttle, and you may make you think about this guy again. He could offer a lot of depth at that tight end position, contribute as a pass catcher. I like this guy a lot. That what these tight end prospects brings, that all unique qualities, even Jadavion Sanders that we talked about earlier. I think considering the Panthers need to have depth there, versatility at this position for sure. Any of these options I think could be a great fit here, depending on their availability and where this team draft strategy ends up being, and ultimately it'll come down to evaluating their skills and how they align to this offensive scheme. Yeah, Marcos Cash 626 250. 626 250. Your mic's cutting in and out. Yeah, it's probably because I'm lagging. It's probably because I'm lagging. A little ASMR. Stupid. So dumb. All right, let's get into something else. I always come on here prepared, man. I always come on here prepared for you guys. Tell you what. I'm going to use PFF on this next topic. I come prepared, my friends, with topics. Roster. All right. So the Carolina Panthers roster. Let's use this real quick. All right. So I'm gonna mention some players. I want y'all to mention in the chat right now. Everybody here watching live, wherever you're at, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching, make sure you come over to the YouTube channel. First off, you make sure you like and subscribe, but then you get in the comment section because you're gonna want to get in the comment section and say your top 4 guys in this next segment here. I want you to give me your top 4 guys for this Panthers offseason that need to have a major offseason. Give me your top 4 guys in the chat right now who you think needs to have a major, and I mean, when I mean major, a good offseason through OTAs, training camp, mini camp, all that stuff, right? Preseason. Who is it that needs to have a big offseason? Give me your top 4 guys, and then I'll get into that next. Zach, I broke down his contract yesterday, actually, or it was Monday. Zach, I broke down his contract either yesterday or Monday. I did a full breakdown on his contract. How it's front loaded. Adam's already coming in saying his number one. Yeah, I know, but I already broke it out. Nervous with the $10 dono. $10 dono to Nervous. Give him a shout out. Put W's in the chat for Nervous. W's in the chat for Nervous. I appreciate you, Nervous. You are the fucking man, dude. You are the fucking man. $10 donation, dude, just to get your you don't have to do that, man. You really don't. $10 dono by Nervous. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you. Sorry if I missed it, but how is Legette much different from TMJ or Mingo? Weren't they both supposed to be like AJ Brown or DK Metcalf? No. Nervous. If you go look at Jonathan Mingo or TMJ's game film, neither one of them were supposed to be an AJ Brown or DK Metcalf. Mingo was more like, I would say, I think a lot of people compared Mingo from what I saw, or I saw a lot of comparisons. A lot of people said Mingo was more like a DJ Moore, and TMJ was supposed to be more like a Devontae Smith kind of guy. At least that's what I saw from the comparisons. I can go look up and see what comparisons people had them at, but that's what I saw. Let me see if I can find a good. Let's see if I can find a good comparison. All right. So for TMJ, we need to go to TMJ was it 2022? Did they say that? Jesus. All right. Let's go with. I'm trying to find them. Hold on. I'm trying to find the comparisons for you, Nervous. You're the one who gave me $10, so you're going to be up first. Maybe was it 2021? Okay, position ranking. Let's do 2023 draft. All right. Let's see here. All right, Mingo. Well, who did they say? Okay, his is outside X receiver, 6'2", 220. What did he get compared to? He was projected to get drafted in the 4th round. That's crazy. And we took him in the 2nd. But what comparisons were he getting though? As a I wish they would show me. I wish they would show me his comparisons. That's nuts, though. Mingo got compared to Metcalf and AJ Brown. But okay, so yeah. Yeah. Again, man, I don't know. I don't remember what they said about the comparisons for those guys though. TMJ. I wish I could find TMJ. I can't find him in like get someone giving me any comparisons for him. I'm trying to find comparisons for these guys since you asked. And Nervous, I cannot find them. I'm having some difficulties finding some good comparisons to what people would say for them those past years. But Terrace Marshall Jr. I mean, you're telling me that Terrace Marshall Jr.'s oh god, he's way back here. Where did they have him projected then? Let me see this. Because I don't see him. There's Corey Sutton. Okay. They didn't even do a comparison of him. But Nervous, I sorry if I missed it, but I would say that XL is definitely different. He's different in multiple ways. I think AJ Brooks here kind of took the words out of my mouth. But I think that I do believe like JSN right here is correct to your question, Nervous, because I do remember Mingo getting a lot of comparison to Metcalf and AJ Brown. But it was just because he was a big wide receiver out of Ole Miss, and that's where all those guys came out of. And I want to find a good comparison. Let's see. Let's see what they say here. Okay, I found one for Terrace Marshall. They said on this one, they said on Terrace Marshall scouting report, this is off of walterfootball.com. Terrace Marshall Jr. Nervous to your question though. To this question, since Nervous came in with a $10 dono, they said that it's Terrell Williams. They compared him to his comparison was to Terrell Williams. And Marshall and Williams are both 6'4", almost identical size, have the same speed. Williams now went undrafted and falling under the radar at Western Oregon, but had some good seasons with the Chargers and in the NFL. Basically, they said here in the Walter report, they could see Marshall being similar to Williams and having an upside to be a better version. So that's who they compared. At least that's a comparison there. Let's see who they compared Jonathan Mingo to. Yeah, it says DK Metcalf. Because of his height and weight and speed prototype with ball skills and blocking chops to be an effective starter out the gate. Now, again, XL is better. I will say his height is shorter than Mingo, weight about the same, speed faster than Mingo, better blocker than Mingo. I would say a better point of attack to the ball than Mingo. And just can make an explosive play just like that. And I think that's why I keep saying earlier. I just think that Xavier Legette can just get to the high point of the catch, and he can get above the ground. I mean, his athleticism. You go look at his vertical. I mean, it's insane. So to Nervish, I think even though there's a lot of comparisons that XL is getting to DK Metcalf, I think that he's getting a better and true comparison to DK Metcalf than Mingo did. That's there's differences there. Like, I mean, Mingo doesn't have the explosive speed that XL has, and I would say that puts him over Mingo. I think if I'm telling you right now, if Xavier Legette comes here, he'll start over Mingo and Terrace Marshall Jr. I guarantee it. I will bet money on that. All right. So everybody put their roster, their top 4 guys that have to have a major offseason. Give me your top 4 guys. I know you are already doing it in the chat, but give me your top 4 guys. I've seen some people already do it. Give me your top 4 guys who need to have a major offseason for this team. We already got guys coming in here. We already got guys coming in here saying, okay, we got Adams came in and said Bryce, Icky, definitely. Midian comes out and says Bryce, Horn, Chuba, Deontay Johnson. Marco says Bryce, Horn, ISM, Icky. Okay. James Allen says Bryce, Icky, Marshall, Mingo. Zach came out and said Icky, Bryce, Mingo. I would say Austin Corbett to see how his knee does after both an ACL and MCL surgery. Dan Morgan needs to keep up the work, that's for sure. Bryce, Icky. JSN says Bryce, Icky. All right, so Ice, baby. Bryce, Icky. However you want to call it. That's a good one. I like that. Bryce, Icky. Let's talk about Mr. Icky Aquana because he's on my list too. Icky's definitely on my list. He's on my, not my shit list, but it's more of a list that he needs to be better. He needs to be better. He had a regression last year, and he is slated to be our team's left tackle. He needs to work on his technical flaws, and he needs to embrace this new coaching and regain confidence and improve his performance. It's simple as that. That's all I got to say about Icky, but definitely needs to have a major offseason. Another guy, of course, I'm going to talk about Bryce. Bryce Young, for sure, needs to have a better offseason. Okay, I think he needs to have a good offseason. He's coming off a terrible rookie season. So he's got to address those areas of improvement in his game, such as timing and accuracy, getting the ball out quicker, putting the ball in the right places, especially in the deep ball accuracy. Y'all have heard me talk about his footwork. His footwork's got to be better too. He's too much on his tippy toes. He's got to learn how to place. Y'all have heard me say it before. Load and explode. That means set your feet and throw. Simple as that. You load with your legs, you explode. It's the same thing that I was taught as a kid when I was playing certain sports. I heard it when I played, golf. I've heard it when I was a player. Load and explode is something that's also used in a lot of it as an analogy in a lot of sports. In the NFL, in the quarterback position, is Tim planting his feet, setting his feet, and using his legs to power through throws and get that ball out. So yeah, he definitely needs to work on all those things. And I think Canales, who has a strong report of being able to develop and bring best out of guys, hopefully he can do so with Bryce and benefit from. And I'm hoping he can benefit from revamping the supporting cast and showcase his potential. And of course, let's Jonathan Mingo. I appreciate y'all guys are. Let's go to Jonathan Mingo. Where's he at? There he is right there. Jonathan Mingo. I mean, look at that, man. Again, Jonathan Mingo last year was one of the top 10. He was actually number 2 on the list. He was number 2 as one of the worst wide receivers at creating separation last year in the NFL. His rookie campaign was absolutely atrocious. Okay. And he needs to step up to establish himself among a crowd of a wide receiver room. And it's going to just get more crowded in that wide receiver room. Okay. He's going to have to work on creating separation. And he's going to have to be able to deliver a consistent performance to prove his worth to this coaching staff. All right. Another guy I want to talk about here, and I know this is a crazy one, but this one is coming out of left field for me, and this is on the defensive side of ball. DJ Johnson. I'm going to say it. DJ Johnson has to have a major offseason. All right. You were drafted. We went up. Okay. We drafted up for you. Okay. In the 3rd round last year. And you struggled to make an impact. And I know he got limited opportunities, but he struggled. He needs to show significant improvement in his pass rush and overall performance to justify the Panthers' investment in him and earn a meaningful role in this defense. All right. Meaningful role. But there's a lot of concerns for me, man. There's still a lot of concerns for me with this team. I mean, again, when I look at this roster, man, it still bothers me that we need to recognize some of these things, okay? All right. I don't know if maybe enough harped about it so much. Ooh, let's see what we got here. Bryce, Icky, Sanders, all tight ends. Bryce, Tommy, Corbett, Horn. That's because of coaching scheme. Icky's got his dreads now, so this is power level has gone up. He's going to go Super Saiyan on me. If you had to do a side-by-side of Mingo versus Legette, combine results and weakness analysis is scary close. I get that. It's still, to me, I think that the speed and athleticism, Randall, just pushes Legette a little bit higher. I think I like Legette a lot, man. I really think that, if we can make all these comparisons we want, but that doesn't mean that guy's going to end up being a Jonathan Mingo. I mean, the people that compared him to AJ Brown and DK Metcalf, and look what that happened to. I mean, they're comparing Xavier Legette now to DK Metcalf, but that doesn't mean that Legette, even though his weaknesses are close to Mingo's, that doesn't mean that Legette's going to pan out to be the same way, Mingo was. So I'm just saying. I just had a thought on our wide receiver room would be fire if Canales can get Mingo TAJ to show up this year. Oh, it'd be absolutely Marcos. I mean, listen, I still think that there's definitely some upside in our wide receiver room. I mean, if we're looking at it from a roster standpoint, the wide receiver room, there's a lot of upside. Again, you got Mingo coming into his 2nd year. Again, can he get better at creating separation? That's the biggest thing there for him. You got a veteran in Thielen. You got another veteran, Deontay Johnson. Those guys can definitely mentor Mingo. Now, I don't know if I want Deontay Johnson mentoring Mingo, but he can definitely, as long as it's on the field, not off the field. And Thielen can definitely help there. He can help Amir Smith-Marset. Those Terrace Marshall, Mingo, and Amir Smith-Marset are low risk, high reward type of guys right now. They could end up being very, very good if, and this is only if Canales can get the full potential out of those guys, for sure. Did you see the flag football tournament Bryce was playing in with a bunch of NFL quarterbacks? I did not see that, Park. Bombs. I would love for you to send that to me. So all in on Lad then. No, not for me. Cone bread. Okay, cone bread. American Army nickname based on cornbread. Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you for your service, cone bread. Thank you for your service. I hear you. I get it. I get it. I don't even remember Mingo taking a screen to the house in college and recording one of the fastest field speeds for this year. Yeah, that's the only thing I keep saying is the speed and athleticism compared to Mingo is totally different. Again, I'm telling you, XL Xavier Legette has that one thing that Mingo and those other guys don't. XL's game film is miles ahead of Mingo's. Yeah, and that's no pun intended there. Park bumps. I'll try and see if I can find. I saw clips of it. Bryce was throwing deep bombs to DK. Okay, I gotta find now. Parks. I gotta find this clip. YouTube is a wonderful thing, and we're gonna use it to our full advantage right now. Let's see if we can find Park Bums thing here. Let's see if we can find it. We got 46 people watching, a total of 64 people watching. We got 18 on Twitter. We got 46 on YouTube. Make sure you pound the like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It's called the RX3 charity. Yeah, spoiler alert. He won the tournament. Uh-oh. Okay, so the RX3 tournament. Tourney. RX3 tourney. This ain't it. RX3 charity. Okay, RX3 charity tournament. Hey man. Flag football. Charity flag football. Here it is. Let's see. Let's see if we can find clips. Oh, here it is. Well, here's a short little clip. Let's see. Here's a short little clip here. It doesn't seem like much. Yeah, but of course he's going to throw deep balls. He ain't got pressure in his face, Spark Bumps. He had no pressure in his face. They're stealing too. That's funny. Yeah, but I don't see a full clip anywhere of it. Yeah, I don't see it. All right. Well, it is what it is. I don't see it, but we're good. That's cool though. There's short clips you can find though. There's short clips that you can find. Yeah, spoiler alert, Young won the tournament. I'm sure. Hey, good. You better not be wrong. If we do get Legette, I won't let you live it down if he's bad. Nervous, it's all good, man. Listen, we can predict what we want, but that doesn't always mean that it ends up being the case. You know what I mean? It doesn't always mean I'm always right. I shared the game-winning touchdown by Bryce in the Discord at the charity game. Okay. I think that was the one that I probably just watched, actually. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here it is. All right, here's the game-winning touchdown, but there's no pressure on him. But that's why you go get Xavier Legette. That's why you go get a guy Xavier Legette. That's the reason why people compare Xavier Legette to DK Metcalf, because Xavier Legette can do that. All right. So but no, there's no pressure in his face there, though. I have to say that. There's no pressure in his face. All right, let me get out of here real quick. I want to say my concerns before we call it a day here. There are some concerns for me, though, looking at this lineup. Okay, if we're looking at this lineup from a whole, okay, right now. You got the defensive side here. Okay. And then we look at this offensive side here. Okay. Now you can kind of see both. All right. There are three areas that bother me about this team. Okay. The cornerback depth still bothers me. Okay. It's still a concern for me. I think Carolina has to focus on the 2024 draft now, but I think that the cornerback position should be one. Yes, mainly bolstering up that wide receiver room for sure, but the cornerback unit presents a more pressing matter to me than initially perceived. Here's the reason why. Even though the improvements we've had on this defensive coverage under coordinator Evero, injuries, departures, all that, the Panthers have with this team with a lot of uncertainties in their cornerback depth chart. They've got top cornerback JC Horn injury history, the need of competition behind starting cornerback Dane Jackson. The Panthers must prioritize addressing the cornerback depth in the draft to fortify this coverage unit. Yes, wide receiver selection. That's another one. Although the wide receiver remains a significant need for the Panthers, they should prioritize flexible over regrid archetypes when it comes to drafting receivers. So that traditional roles, this is why I said this about Excel. The traditional roles like the X, and Z and slot receivers are essential. The Panthers should seek versatile receivers who seamlessly transition between positions. And X did that in South Carolina. He played in the slot. Now, did he play every time there? No. But he's very versatile in that manner. Okay. And I think Canales can use him as that DK Metcalf style and complements guys like Deontay Johnson and Adam Thielen. I think it's going to be a dynamic, awesome offensive scheme that exploits mismatches, and it's going to benefit Bryce Young's efficiency, mainly in that aspect of things. Drafting depth and speedy and versatile receiver prospects presents the opportunity for Panthers to enhance their receiver core and get that multifaceted playmakers that you're looking for. Now, the value of Derek Brown's contract extension, the recent contract extension with the defensive lineman, I wanted to talk about this too today, and this was in so shout out to Zach posting this up. I'm going to get this pulled up with you guys real quick. Give me 1 second here. Zach posted this up earlier today. Neo, Shadow Wolf, and Conebread are in the Discord now. Appreciate you guys. Where is it at? Did you put it in the Panthers news, Zach? Is that what you did? There it is. It is. So I wanted to go over this real quick. Shout out to Zach in the Discord and in the chat right now. So, I need Quinyon Mitchell and Adonia. That would be insane. If that somehow happened, median, we win the NFL draft if we somehow got both of those guys. But again, so the Panthers recent contract extension this is how the cap is going to break down. I told you it's a front-loaded deal. Yeah, like I told you on Monday, Tuesday, whatever it was. But then the team's commitment to reward homegrown talent, maintaining continuity with the roster is huge. That's what I really want to break down with this. But just not game, or garnering same attention as other high-profile players. I think Brown's impact as a disruptive force on this defensive line warranted a lucrative extension. The extension recognizes his contributions and sends a positive message to our locker room and our organization to show that we are committed to retaining team players in the midst of a bunch of all-season departures. I think Brown's extension symbolizes that the Panthers now put effort to preserve a foundation and pieces and foster a sense of stability as they embark on this new era under Dan Morgan and head coach Dave Canales. I wanted to just get that out there and finish it up. All right. I wanted to finish that up there with that. Where they here. All right. Make sure you guys become a member today, okay? Become a member today. Ooh, new draft simulator with PFF. Live draft. New mock draft simulator for PFF. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo. Mock draft for free today by manually setting your league settings. Yo. All right. Wow. So look at this crazy thing. I don't know, Chauncey. I don't know. I wouldn't be mad about it if they did, though. I can tell you that. I would not be mad about it if they did. So shout out to you guys who are in the chat, in the Discord chat. We are growing over here, man. A lot of people are in this Discord now, man. And it just continues to grow. There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of good chat channels to start conversations for you guys. There will be giveaways. There's always a giveaway chat. So there's going to be some giveaways coming up here soon. But there's a new PFF mock draft. Should we try it out? Should we try it out to end the stream today? So this is a new mock draft. Now they've got a fantasy live draft assistant. I don't have a league. Oh, I thought this. Oh, this is for fantasy. Man. Damn. I thought they were doing something crazy. I'm an idiot. All right. You want to finish? Let's finish it up with a mock draft. Mock draft Wednesday. We'll keep it public. We're going to move this down here. Move this down by 1. I'm going to go random this down by a little bit. Okay. I'll enter the draft. All right. All right. I'm going to knock one out today. I'm going to let my puppers out first, though. I'm going to let my puppies out. I'm going to let the dogs out. Nervous. Thank you again for the $10 dono if you're still watching. I really appreciate that, man. It goes a long way, my brother. My brother. All right. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. Had to let the dogs out, man. Have to let the dogs out. You know what I mean? Got to let the dogs out. All right, I'm going to do this one. And I'm debating if I'm going to trade. If I'm going to make trades. Or I'm going to and I'm going to do this one. Like, y'all can give me suggestions if you want through the chat. That's fine. But I'm going to try to talk through each and every one of these guys. And kind of give you a breakdown of why I'm picking them. Okay. So, and I might do some trades. I might not. It depends on who's interested, who's not, kind of ordeal. Now the biggest thing for me here is figuring out what I want to do. Obviously, if you know me, I'm pretty indecisive. They've already got all the picks updated, and we are good to go. Go ahead and start. Caleb Williams is off the board. Jaden Daniels, okay. Drake May, okay. Marvin Harrison. So far, JJ McCarthy. Pause for a second. You're telling me JJ McCarthy, which is crazy, man. JJ McCarthy already at 6. They're predicting that. The public is predicting that. Joe Alt to the Titans makes sense. Dallas Turner makes sense. Roma Duzier. I could see that, honestly. I think Roma Duzier is a dog, man. I think Roma Duzier could end up between him and Malik Neighbors. I honestly think are the best 2 wide receivers. I think you can make a case for both. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. great? Yeah, there's something that just doesn't seem right about him. There's just something that doesn't seem right. And I can't figure it out yet. I think the thing for it, like for me with like, I think the thing with Marvin Harrison Jr. is that like physically Marvin's profile as a guy should have success facing the quarterback, and he struggles in that aspect of things. Which means like he struggles to slow down and to make those necessary sharp cuts to create separation underneath. His cuts aren't as sharp as you would expect, given how elite his athleticism is, but he's brought down by first contact. He doesn't break tackles in the open field. That's one thing that does bother me. Ball security is average. He holds on the ball loosely, in my opinion. And he opted out of both the combine and his pro day. Maybe his speed isn't as quite as he comes out to be. I don't know. So that's the reason why I kind of question him a little bit. All right. So, of course, the 4 positions here obviously is corner, and I'd probably say pass rusher. Like, those are the top 3 positions, whether it's a center, whether it's a wide receiver, whether it's TJ Tampa, whether it's Chris Braza, whatever. I still think Carolina needs to trade back. All right. And it depends on who's here. Now, again, I still think that they need to trade back, even though TJ Tampa here, I want to take him automatically. I want to take TJ Tampa right now. Because he's fucking good. I will break him down if I pick him. But I'm only breaking down the guys I pick. I'm going to trade back here because I think I need to get. I think Las Vegas truly, if Michael Penix is still here, like so, for example, and I'm taking that in consideration. If Michael Penix is here, and who did they take in the first round? They took a left tackle. I think they go out and get Michael Penix. I truly do. And I guarantee you they're calling our phone for this trade. So I still truly am like set on this for some reason in my brain. I'm going to take the 44 and the 112. I think they accept this offer. For for sure. Will likely be accepted. I think there's a chance we could also get this offer. Do they take it? I don't know. I'd like to say this would be a great offer right here, because you get something in between 40 picks instead of, it ends up being only like 36 picks. This ends up only being like 32 picks in between. So I think 208 wouldn't be bad. The 112 and the 44 wouldn't be bad to move off of with them. I could see this going through. I think they've done that before. But I think in the realistic terms, I could see them trading, for example, like this and maybe like a future fifth, for example, or a future fifth, because that's a third, that's a fourth. So this, a second, a third, or a second, a fourth, and a future fifth. I could see that coming to fruition. Get out of there, turd. This one's tough for me though. Because like part of me wants to trade back, but we need a top tier. I mean, I could see them getting him at 30, like getting a wide receiver at 30. But again, I could also see trading back and getting with like Jacksonville. I could also see this being let's do a different one. I could see the 48th with Jacksonville and the 153 maybe. I could see that being the case. That and a future fifth, like the 48 and that for the future fifth. I could see that being coming to fruition, or maybe like a future third. I could see that. 48, 153, future third. I could see that. I'm going to go with that. All right, cool. It's a different trade. Makes it realistic. Makes it fun. Something different. I think we trade there. I mean, I get an extra 5th round pick. Now this is where things get interesting for me, because I think I'm going to be able to get Xavier Legette at 39, like or the 48. I think I'm going to be able to get him at 48. I'm taking TJ Tampa. Here's the reason why I'm taking TJ Tampa, and I'll explain to you why I'm taking TJ Tampa here. Well, because number one, we all know that we need corners, okay? We need corners. We need a corner bad, okay? I don't care what anybody says. It's a much needed need, okay? Now, I could either take TJ Tampa or I could take Kamari Lassiter. I like both of these guys. I really like TJ Tampa better. The thing is with TJ Tampa, his size and press coverage skills stand out the most to me. Okay. He offers the physicality to jam receivers at the line, and that's the thing that I like about him, and he disrupts routes early. So he's both successful in both man and zone coverage at Iowa State. Okay. Why Big Jordan says we need it. Okay. So why Big Jordan, we need a center more than a corner? No, we don't. Well, I'm going to get a center. But Cedric, y'all got to understand this. Zach Frazier, yes. Is he a good center? Yes. But his mobility does not fit the scheme that we're running here, guys. I want to make this clear. He does not fit the scheme compared to a guy like Cedric Van Pran, who I'm going to try to get in this, mock draft. I'm telling you right now, Cedric Van Pran is a better fit for this team, scheme-wise. Okay? Zach Frazier's great, but Van Pran fits the scheme better and is way more mobile. All right? So for me, TJ Tampa is more important. Is the corner position is more important than the center position, because if you because you can make the case that it is, because if JC Horn goes down, you don't have anybody else. Troy Hill, Dane Jackson, and Deshaun Jameson is a Deshaun Jameson are not going to be able to cover guys, and we're going to get cooked. You didn't hear what I said. Obviously, why Big Jordan? You immediately just thought I said he doesn't fit the scheme because at all. Never said that. I said he doesn't fit the scheme as good as Cedric Van Pran. Cedric Van Pran fits the scheme better in the aspect of that he is more mobile and the aspect of things. Okay. Now, would I be mad if we got Zach Frazier? No. But the mobility and the versatility that Van Pran brings, I think fits the mold better here. Now, I will say this about one thing that I like about Zach Frazier is that he has a background in wrestling. And we've heard about guys with backgrounds in wrestling in the NFL. It does transition well in the NFL. So I do like that. And I think he's a development type of guy. Zach Frazier is for sure. Okay. I think he's definitely a draft worthy NFL prospect. Okay. And the thing is, with the wrestling background that does intrigue me about him is his leverage and strength. Now, I think that he doesn't fit at all. Okay. Do not think he fits the zone scheme at all? No. I just think that Van Pran's mobility and versatility makes him more intriguing for me as a prospect when it comes to the zone scheme. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't disagree with the Zach Frazier thing. I love Zach Frazier. If we picked him at 33, I wouldn't be mad about it. But I can still get a guy here. I gotta take TJ Tampa though. All right. TJ Tampa is my guy when it comes, at least for right now, because guess what? I can't get anybody else besides him and Kamari Lassiter. And I like Kamari Lassiter too. But I think TJ Tampa fits what we're doing here. And he does it all, especially both in man and zone coverage. All right. Great ball skills. I think this is an impressive candidate for any team that's trying to bolster up that secondary. Okay. Great tackler. And he's got he's very low to the ground. And he's got great hands. So, and he's got aggressive playing style. And he's very physical in both coverage, and he's great run support. He's just a double-edged sword. And that's one thing I love about this guy. That's why I love TJ Tampa here at the 39th pick. And I'm going to go ahead and take him. Now, the next guy, y'all know who I'm taking. Y'all know all about him. He shouldn't. I should be able to get him here. Son of a bitch. The Houston Texans took my damn pick. You fuckers. You motherfuckers. That shit would happen in a mock draft. This shit would happen in a mock draft. All right. Well, I'm going with the next best thing here then. Taking Keon Coleman. I broke him down earlier. I'm not going to break him down again. It's not a bad draft. I still believe that Xavier Legette will be there at 48 if this was something that they did. Damn it. I really want Legette. This is not the mock draft I wanted, you fuckers. All right. Hold on. I don't even care. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm starting over. This is not the mock draft I wanted. Yeah, and I'm being a baby about it. I don't care. All right, let's get some vibes going. All right. I feel you, big. I'm gonna just call you. We'll call you Big J. We'll call you Big J. Damn, we're almost to 50 likes, man. Guys, we're almost to 50 likes. Let's get to 50 likes. We're at 49. I'd love to hit 75 likes. I'd love to hit the 80 likes. My ultimate goal is to get consistently 100 likes on a live stream. Consistently 100 likes. If we can do that, dude, it's impeccable what we'll be able to do and what we'll be able to bring. All right. So make sure we get to 50 likes. I greatly appreciate it. I started a mock draft because I'm pissed off because it didn't go the way I wanted. I'm still going to make the same trade, though. I'm going to make the trade with Jacksonville again. Because I think this is something we could see. But this time, I'll go a different route, and I'm going to take Legette first. I'll still probably might be able to get TJ Tampa. I might not. But might go a different route now because it doesn't seem like I'll be able to get Legette at between that 39th pick. Because I'm pretty sure Houston's going to take him again. So I'm going to go ahead and take Legette here. Because I think they're going to take a wide receiver. Let's see. Yeah, and they took TJ Tampa. So there goes my TJ Tampa idea. Troy Franklin. So they took Troy instead. AJ, wouldn't that be amazing? Just to send him the time stone. Wouldn't that be amazing? And the Raiders still got their guy here. All right. Do I have a I got a corner here. Do have Mike Sandstrell. Do I take Mike Sandstrell? Or do I take what Mike Sandstrell, I'm pretty sure is projected. He's projected 3rd round. I could get Kyrie Jackson in the 3rd instead. I gotta go, but then again, I gotta get a center at the 3rd pick, and I could take. All right, so then who do I take at? I'm not taking. I could take a corner here. I do like Mike Sandstrell. I will say this guy out of Michigan, I don't mind at all. Even though I've heard he's projected 3rd round, but it seems like he's getting a lot of comparisons to Asante Samuel. He also has gotten some comparisons to like Clark Phillips out of Utah, and some comparisons to Travis Hodges Tomlinson out of TCU. I do like him in terms of strengths. His ability to close on the ball and in creating turnovers makes him a potential game changer in our secondary. I will say his aggressive approach and willingness to support the run is definitely commendable. Though his tackling technique and functional strength could use some refinement. A lot of people project him as a day 2 selection. His ceiling in the NFL really is for him to be able to adapt and refine the nuances of the corner position. But, man, I kind of want to take Max Melton later on if I can. And I might just take my edge rusher here and go ahead and take Chris Broswell now. Could take Chris Broswell now. Get him as an edge. Get my center, get my corner later on. As much as I want a corner. Fuck. I'm taking Chris Broswell. I think I got to. As much as I want to take, I don't know. Then Mike Saintstroke does. Says 43 ADP. Chris Broswell's around 41, 47, 3 ADP. Now you know what? I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna stick to my guns and take. Well, I want TJ Tampa, but that's because I traded back. I probably could have taken TJ Tampa at. I could have taken TJ Tampa at 33 and got Legette here at 39. I think I'm gonna take Chris Broswell though. And the reason why I take Chris Broswell, man, I think Chris Broswell definitely fits the mold. And when it comes to our 3-4 defense that we're going to be running anyways. I'll give you some more insight on him in a minute. I'm just waiting to see what falls. Davion Sanders is off the board. Mike Shenstro. Okay. All right. No. So Chris Broswell, I will say this. The thing about him, so let me talk about it since I picked him. If he doesn't become a pass rusher technician, his power, speed, length presents a rotational role as a floor and a impact starter as a ceiling. I will say he's an impressive athlete on the edge. First half explosive, got great speed, great strength. He's a starting caliber guy already. Chris Broswell would probably possibly start on. I don't know if he would start on this team, but could. But his speed to power bull rush moves, even the biggest offensive tackle back at least 2 or 3 steps. It has taken him some time to hone in a lot of his fundamentals. At least that's what a lot of people are saying, to get on the field as a starting outside linebacker. But it didn't help that he had Will Anderson in front of him. A lot of people do give him that excuse. But still has some inconsistencies in other areas like hand placement and power rushing and pass rushing timing. So he needs to be more counters and he needs to have better usage of his hands. But I do like him as a prospect for us. All right, 65. You know where I'm going with this. I've already broke down Cedric Van Pran earlier. You know where I'm going with this. I'm already going with Cedric Van Pran. PFF is not giving him a good grade. They're kind of slacking on that. That's on them. That's PFF, though, for you. Van Pran's a great center, man. I like him a lot. I think he's going to fit the mold very well here. And he's going to be great in his zone scheme. He's a smaller center for a smaller prospect for the center positions. But he's a great in man gap scheme and zone scheme in the NFL. He started center for 3 straight seasons there in Georgia. And with that workload comes an understanding of how to win. So his hand placement, how he leverages in the middle, footwork, and all that good stuff. And his pre-snap communication is definitely a high IQ prospect. I will say that. I like him a lot. So I like Van Pran here. All right, let's see what we got next. Because you're not going to get him. He wouldn't fall very far. Speed it up a little bit here. All right, this is where things get interesting for me because I got an edge, I got a center, I got a wide receiver, right? I got an edge. Let me check that off. I got a center, I got a wide receiver. I need a corner, a linebacker, a running back, a tight end, and a defensive lineman. Let's see what I have at corner here. I'm assuming Max Melton went off the board already. Did Max Melton already go off the board? Because if Max Melton hasn't fallen off the board, I'll wait to pick him up. I might even go and waiting to get Dwight McLaughlin out of Arkansas, an absolute dog. Yeah, Kyrie Jackson's already off the board, AJ. So I might hold off and take my boy McLaughlin later on, because I can get in later on. And if you don't know who McLaughlin is, you need to find out. All right, you need to go find out who McLaughlin is. Okay. Now, when it comes to I might go tight end here. Actually, I might go tight end. I might take Cade Stover here. That's who I'm probably taking. If I do go tight end, probably going to take Cade Stover here because I think he's going to be available right now. Who's a well-rounded tight end. I talked about him earlier. I mean, Cade Stover makes a lot of sense here. At 101, I think we go with Cade Stover. I mean, Cade Stover, I broke him down earlier, man. He's got a great tight end IQ. He transitioned from the linebacker position there. So he's a versatile athlete, natural athleticism, fundamentally sound approach, I think, to the position. Could make a high floor role with the potential being a tight end role. Tight end one. Intelligent blocker. So I'm going to take Cade Stover here in the 4th round. I haven't taken him in a while. Let's see. And then let's move forward. See what we got next. Now I got my tight end position done. Still need a corner, still need a linebacker, still need a running back, still need a defensive lineman. I think I'm going to go linebacker here. And do we need to say anything else? Well, if we take linebacker here, Cedric Gray out of North Carolina is a great pick here. Very big athletic linebacker. Filled up the stat sheet for North Carolina. Freewheeling kind of style, reminiscent of Frankie Louvu a little bit. I think he's got a high motor, versatile linebacker who's now in Washington. And Frankie Louvu. I really like Cedric Gray here. So I'm going to take Cedric Gray. And then round 5. All right, so I get my linebacker. Still here. We're still in round 5. What's the corner position look like? Okay, we got some time. In the corner position. Might be able to get a decent running back still right now. What's the D-line positioning looking like? Smith is just impeccable here. I got to go Mason Smith. Y'all know how I feel about that. Now I can get my corner here. Which I do. I end up getting my corner here, and I get the guy I want. Dwight McLaughlin. If you don't know, go look him up. I'm telling you right now. I'll tell you one thing about this guy, and you go look at his stats sheet here. You can look at this guy's stats, man. I mean, dude is an absolute beast. I'll tell you this about McLaughlin. All right. Here's the thing that we need is depth. All right. So the competition. I think with his size, both his speed, ball skills, having a pull down. How many interceptions did he pull down? 3 interceptions in Arkansas. He's got how many pass breakups? Does it show that how many pass breakups he has? Forced incompletes. Okay, 5. Over his time, I mean, but over his career, I mean, he is also willing to run defend. So he does everything you want in a corner. So I'm taking McLaughlin here. And I get my corner. I got my D line. All right. Now I just need my running back. This is the reason why you have to trade back, because you're not going to get all the positions of need that we need. All right. Running back is the last thing I'm mostly worried about. All right. Rasheen Ali. I've done some research on this kid, man. He's a dual threat back. Over his years, he's racked up 1,700 yards from scrimmage in 2021. Last season, 1,300 yards. He impressed everybody at the Senior Bowl practice. He suffered an arm injury, though, there. Still, Senior Bowl executive director Jim Nagy predicted Ali would be a day 3 steal. But we're getting him here at the 7th round. So I'm going to go ahead and take him as my last pick because we do need a running back, and I'm just going to go ahead and take him. This is probably one of the most ideal drafts I've done. From an analytic standpoint, from a position of need standpoint, from a trading back standpoint, like, you get the wide receiver, man. Chris Broswell coming off the pass rusher. Van Pran in the center. Cade Stover, Cedric Gray, Mason Smith. Those 3. Dwight McLaughlin. Top 76% of drafts overall, Gray. So not bad. Not a lot of people. Now, they don't like, I mean, PFF doesn't like the Cedric Van Pran here, even though they got him ranked 93. And they don't really like the Xavier Legette there, but they're not, I don't think they're considering what the public's thinking in the rankings either. So, that's what I'm thinking I'm going with. So, again, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I'm going to hop off of here. It sounds like I think my groceries are here, so I'm going to have to hop off. I appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you pound the like button, subscribe. I'm going to post up this mock draft, see if we get any love or hate on it. Again, trying to get up to 50 likes. So if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please go ahead and do so. I'm trying to get 100 likes total consistently on every live stream. So I would greatly appreciate it if any of you guys, wherever you're watching, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, if you follow me on TikTok, please go do that as well. I'm always there's some stuff I post on TikTok that I don't post on here. So if you want to check that stuff out, go over to TikTok, do that. I'm very active on there as well. So I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I will be live again tomorrow as always. Y'all know that, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. 2 hours, so at 1 hour to 2 hour episodes every single day. So I appreciate everyone joining. I'm going to hop off. And as always, guys, y'all keep pounding. Peace.